Morning and welcome back to Home Renovation Experts. Steve back here again on a lovely Friday. So where are we at? So like I said, we've got it all pinged out. The holes are now all dug, which is brilliant. There is one of the rods set up and there is a cockload of other rods set up. So when you're doing these are M24s. That is a 100mm by 100mm square plate washer by 10mm. Obviously the hole's big enough to get the rod through it because that's quite useful. You want about 6 inches off the floor, which is going to be where you set it. So basically, if you can imagine, once that's in the hole, you've got a load of concrete sat underneath it, which is going to be very important, okay? The reason we have these is that you don't pile drive the building into the floor, because if this wasn't here as actual support, then the vertical pressure of this building would just like sink and disappear. So you don't want that. So hence, these rods, nice and strong in. These are 8.8 graded steel, so they're bloody strong. They'll easily support this sort of stuff. And yeah, people always ask me where I got this system from. It's actually from, this is how they put skyscrapers up. So this is the structural integrity they kind of use, which then allows for the whole structure to move. It's very, very clever, but this is a miniaturized version because obviously I ain't building a skyscraper. Let's Dan, do you want a skyscraper? Huh? Do you want a skyscraper? Sorry, everyone, this is Dan. He was that legend yesterday who helped me shift all this stuff. He's also my client, but he's a really nice guy. There was a cold beer shed yesterday, weren't there? It's my favourite client, come to think of it. So we're just going to get this. He's going to dig and get rid of all the saw that's at the back there to create a bit of space, because we need space to store stuff. So when it comes to knocking up, what you want is, you can do this by hand if you want, but don't. Go and hire yourself a cement mixer. It'll make your life a hell of a lot easier. It's going to be cement bags. It's going to be ballast bags. You want 3 of those in there, and you add 1 of those. So it's a 3-to-1 mix, nice and strong. So what I do is, got the hose set up just over there. I'll chuck these bags in dry. Well, I'll put a tiny bit of water in, but not much, because what you've got to remember is that in the ballast, you've actually got moisture built up from where they've been stored and all that kind of stuff. So the water content, the water levels are always different depending on what you're doing. Chuck it in there, because you can always add more moisture. You can't subtract the bloody stuff, okay? So always put it in dry, mix it up a bit, see where you're going, chuck in the cement, and then get your mixture ready. And then what I'll do is I'll show you the kind of consistency we're looking for, because you don't want it sloppy, but you don't want it too firm either. There's a happy medium, as with most things in life. So I'm gonna get set up and I'll get on. So here you go, cement mixer on the go. That nice. I'm also good at baking cakes. I'm not really. That's the kind of consistency you're looking for. So nice and sort of firm, but a bit sloppy. My lovely apprentice, and I'll demonstrate. So put a bit in the hole. Lovely jubbly. You have done that before, haven't you? Yeah. Smoosh it around. The reason you give it a little shove at the bottom is to remove any air bit that's in there, okay? Because that then is where it just sort of slaps in. If you get a bit of air, put a shovel in, give it a little jig around, job done. Then grab yourself a rod, put it in the hole, and then keep filling it up until you get to about level that. And then just get yourself a little boat level, which I've got some here, over here, kicking around. Little baby one, put it on the side, and whatever you do, you need to make sure it stays in contact with your string line, all right? Because if they're all in contact with the string line, you know it's going to be perfect. So when I cut the holes in the wood, that's going to make the form, they're just going to slip straight on. It's going to be beautiful, but then make sure they're all level. And don't walk away from it thinking it's done, all right? Do 3, 4, 5, come back, check the first one, do some more, keep checking them as you go through before it's completely set, because they will shift very slightly as they're kind of setting and stuff. Once they're perfectly set, you'll feel a bite as you kind of leave them for a bit, and then they'll set absolutely spot on. So don't just put them in and go, oh, that's it, happy days, done. And also, somebody might have kicked one accidentally or just tapped it, which isn't always ideal either. So yeah, so we're gonna crack on, get these in, jobs are good. Right, after a couple of hours now, all the rods are now in place. Beautiful, isn't they? Now, a few people will be saying like, Steve, we watched yesterday's video, what is this amazing new levelling system you've got? And I'll show you what turned out to be a shit little tool. I even picked it up to my client Dan, didn't I? Yeah, it's not good. So basically, I found these on Amazon for like £3. I was like, that's fucking brilliant. Literally, I just put that on the top, boom. Easily level it, just mark it up, boom, 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 done. The problem is, obviously, and something I overlooked, was the fact that the tops of these rods are not exactly level and flush, are they? They've been kind of, well, the thread is still kind of just going up a little bit, which means you've put this on there, that'll tell me that that is off level. So don't use those. What I do is went back to the old school way of a little boat level. So literally, once you've got the base in, or got it in a spot, you kind of get up to a string line, measure it that way, get it to where it needs to be beautifully, and then measure it in that direction, and then you can see that's it, perfect. And like I say, once you've kind of done 5, keep going back to them, keep leveling it off. These are kind of getting there now. That's nice and hard. That's one of the first ones. The back 5 here, they've just been done about 45 minutes ago, so they're hardening up now, but I'll give them one little check over, and that'll be them done. And it'll be cutting out the string line, because you know, one less thing to trip over is always quite nice. And that's the system in, and then that'll be it for this part of it today, because you can't do anything else until they've set. So, but don't worry, because I'm back on Sunday, and then at that point it'll be putting down a weed membrane, which is over there across the whole area, and then it'll be getting those chunky pieces of wood in place, and I'll show you exactly how to do that then. In the meantime, I'm now going to shift and sort out all that material down there. Now, I could do a video about that, but that's pretty boring as pants for you, so we'll call it a day there. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the bell icon, like, subscribe, all that kind of jazz. Any questions, ping them down below. But apart from that, have a bloody nice weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday.